A warm welcome to the newsroom. I am Fidelia Aguncha. The federal government intends to borrow 4.28 trillion naira in 2021 to fund its budget deficit. This is according to the 2021-2023 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper submitted to the National Assembly on Tuesday. The total budget deficit of the proposed 12.66 trillion naira 2021 budget is 5.16 trillion naira, up from 4.98 trillion in the revised 2020 budget. According to the federal government, the deficit will be financed by new foreign and domestic borrowings of 4.28 trillion, 205.1 billion from the privatization proceeds, and 674.11 billion drawdowns on existing project-tied loans. According to the document, the projected debt service to revenue ratio will be 47%, which the FG says raises some concerns about debt sustainability. Senate President Ahmed Lawan has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to ensure the submission of the 2021 national budget before the end of September this year. Lawan stated this while referring the 2021-2023 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper to the relevant committees of the Senate for necessary legislative action. The document was submitted to the Federal Parliament by President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday. He said the presentation of the budget before the end of September would enable the National Assembly to complete necessary works and pass it before the end of December. Lawan also asked the various committee members to engage all the revenue-generating committees very well to ensure that a thorough job is done. A three-story building which was under construction in the Nkaliki area of Abakaliki in the Abakaliki local government area of Ebonyi State has collapsed. According to reports, no life was lost in the incident, and it's owing to the fact that the workers were yet to resume work before the building collapsed. There are, however, reports that the materials used in constructing the building were substandard. Meanwhile, the SSG has directed the immediate sealing of the site and total demolition of the said building. The governorship primary of the People's Democratic Party in Ondo State has begun, with over 2,000 delegates present at the International Event Center, Akure, which is the venue of the exercise. The accreditation of delegates is currently ongoing, after which voting would kick off. No fewer than 8 aspirants are jostling for the ticket of the party ahead of the October 10 governorship election in the state. The aspirants include the Deputy Governor Agbola Ajayi, as well as a former Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice Eyitayo Jegede. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has filed cyber fraud charges against 2 lawyers, John Dimide and Sarah Ajibola, for allegedly rigging the August 2018 Nigeria Bar Association national election. The EFCC filed a 14-count charge against the duo before the Federal High Court in Lagos on May 5. They are accused of manipulating the election in favor of Paul Usoro, the NBA president. Usoro had polled 4,509 votes to defeat Okafor Obi and Ernest Ojukwu, who scored 4,423 and 3,313 votes respectively. But Abubakar Mahmood, former president of the association, had described the election as the fairest held so far, but Okafor challenged Usoro's victory and asked the courts to conduct a verification of voters and audit the electoral process leading to the results announced. It also accused the lawyers of fraudulently using the Supreme Court enrollment numbers of some lawyers to vote with the intent of gaining an electoral advantage in favor of the incumbent president. We'll take a break here to bring you more stories. Don't go away.
Now believe this Koroti. You know if you touch black man. If you like, gather the whole Niger, come together, make the cough. Nothing.
Which one you want?
Give me V and D.
I beg, get small pieces.
How much you want to give him?
Give me 200. Take your change now, Ruby. You don't want your changes.
My people, this coronavirus, na serious matter. May una wash una hands regularly. Come use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. If you no see water, wash your hand. Oh, make una sit down for house. You see this virus, so e no get leg. Na we dey waka kurukere. No waka around, make the virus for die. No forget, say the betterment of our people. Now for your handy day.
This message is from the Akinfade Foundation in partnership with the National Orientation Agency with support from MacArthur Foundation.
Welcome back. Now, scientists have known for several months that a new coronavirus can become suspended in micro droplets expelled by patients when they speak and breathe. But until now, there was no proof that these tiny particles are infectious. A new study by scientists at the University of Nebraska that was uploaded to a medical print site this week has shown for the first time that SARS-CoV-2 taken from micro droplets defined as under 5 microns can replicate in lab conditions. This boosts the hypothesis that normal speaking and breathing, not just coughing and sneezing, are responsible for spreading COVID-19, and that infectious doses of the virus can travel distances far greater than the 6 feet, which is 2 meters apart, urged by social distancing guidelines. The Ghana Football Association have summoned president of the Berekum Arsenal FC, Yakubu Moro, to face its ethics committee for corruption claims leveled against the football governing body. Moro is alleged to have stated in a radio interview that the GFA Executive Council intends to share among themselves the COVID-19 relief funds given to the body by FIFA and CFA. To help ascertain the veracity of these allegations, Yakubu Moro has been asked to submit a written statement of defense to the Ethics Committee on or before 5 p.m. of Monday, July 27, 2020. Reacting to this, Moro has threatened to proceed to court if the GFA decides to punish him over his comments on the country's football governing body. We'll take a break here to bring you business stories and more.
Mr. Job! Mr. Job! What is it now?
What is it now?
Please turn down the volume of your music. It's too loud.
And how is that your business?
It is disturbing me. I can't sleep.
And the same way you are disturbing my right to good music and where I enjoy it. Eh? What's wrong with you? Is there another person complaining?
Maybe we thought that you have lost your mind. Are you having a party?
I'm just respecting you, sir. You remember I paid my husband too.
You will not understand why we are complaining because you do not care about other people except yourself. Look, the transformation we need in this country begins in this compound.
Yes, now.
From you, and I. This, your selfishness is an offshoot of corruption. And corruption,
not in my country.
Oh, you know, go to your bank. Go. Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. Let's now talk business. Nigeria's gross federally collected revenue has dropped by 1.46 trillion naira, and that's below the quarterly budget estimate in the first quarter of 2020. The Central Bank of Nigeria disclosed this in its quarterly report titled Federation Accounts Operations. Now, according to that report, 2.5 trillion naira federally collected revenue in the first quarter of 2020 was lower than the quarterly budget estimate of 3.95 trillion by 36%. The decline, according to the CBN, was attributed to shortfalls in receipts from both oil and non-oil revenue components during the period under review. Heavy floods in Niger have claimed 9 lives and destroyed more than 2,000 homes, affecting at least 20,000 people. The Interior Ministry confirmed this on Tuesday. Now, according to the ministry, the southwestern Dosso region, central South Maradi and Tahua, as well as Taliberi in the west have been the worst hit. Niger, one of the world's driest as well as poorest country, often experiences intense rainy seasons, which typically last 2 or 3 months. The authorities announced earlier this month that more than 300,000 people were at risk from flooding by the Niger River and from rainwater runoff since heavy rains began in June. 56 people died last year and more than 200,000 others were affected by the floods that struck the capital Niamey and the country's desert north. Operatives of the Italian police force known as Polizia di Stato have arrested no fewer than 15 Nigerians and members of the Eye confraternity. In an operation dubbed Pesha, which ended on Tuesday morning, the members of the gang were also accused of intimidating young girls into prostitution, money laundering, amongst others. In a statement on Tuesday, the Italian police force said members of the Eye court, which had roots in Nigeria, had a series of international contacts with France, Germany, Belgium, Sweden, and other European countries. The police had got a tip-off from a disgruntled member of the group who was brutalized after violating some of the codes of the court. The Operation Pesa officers were thus deployed to the suspected hideout and the coven, where they arrested 15 of the court members, while 4 others are still at large. AC Milan head coach Stefano Piloli has extended his contract with the club for a further 2 years until June 2022. The 54-year-old Italian took the role in October, and his initial deal is set to expire at the end of the season. The former Lazio and Inter Milan manager has taken AC Milan to 5th in the Serie A table, on course to qualify for next season's Europa League. AC Milan have 3 games of their season left, and they will play second place Atalanta at home on Friday. And that's the latest from the newsroom. Many thanks for joining us. Bye for now.